The dream you are creating in this life, the emotional memories, is the manifestation of your next life. Does that make sense? If you think of yourself in a certain way, that's your dream. If you think of the people who love you in a certain way, that's your dream. If you think of yourself in a certain image, that's your dream. That's your next life. So if you are Rip Van Winkle and you suddenly wake up with a beard, fur, dark skin, and a sort of empty feeling, it's just what you created here. We are in Revelations until the Sturgeon moon. People have time until then, unless they have crossed over. Then they have already faced their maker. Good, bad, or ugly, it is the image we have of ourselves and the people we came with. Nobody came alone. You see, let me quickly explain. We are men and women together inside one body. Yeah, boys and girls have the same consciousness of a female. We put strength in her and called her a male, where he is to build because he's brought with the tools, the strength, but not the power over her to build paradise on earth. But man, if you look at the number 17 star tarot card, I have it figured out. Look again at the card. 17, the star. That was supposed to be the male part of us. And what is this? It looks like a male female with boobs and naked and everything. But what happened is the star went to the river and looked into it and fell in love with his own image. He liked himself as a male and female here on Earth. But then the second card I pulled, the next card or shuffled came out, was the Three of Swords. The star stabbed the heart of himself. And now men are being exposed everywhere for how they robbed women by falling in love with themselves and liking their own image above anyone else's. He only has fed, look at the picture again of the star, himself, looking at himself. He's in love with himself. They are all narcissists. Unless they're a lot like Freddie Fender. That's a guy I never liked. I kind of thought he was a little bit feminine. Somebody said he was gay. I don't know. But I was guided to look at him and listen to Before the Next Teardrop Falls. And that was one of the first songs that came after Trevor crossed over. Because he was like a Freddie Fender. You know, he had his feminine features with his alpha. He was both. He could have been powerful here. But he forgot his heart too. And what I told my son, because I've been very confused last few days about, like, he's my son. I want to bring him with me. But no, it's my dad. I am a soulmate. My dad doesn't go down in the line, it goes up. Will pick me up and take me home. Now, how can that happen? How can my dad be allowed to to evolve consciously after death, but my son cannot? That's the question I have, because if you have died, there's no choice. You're coming back. And that would go for the same with my dad. So at the end of the day, everybody's being left behind, basically. Unless they can find their eternal, internal set. Because there's a loose part missing. And you see, because my dad was in spirit and he was all knowing then, when you cross over, he then knew me, is what I mean. He knew me. He knew my thoughts. He knew my love. He did not know here. So he followed me around in spirit. And he grew in consciousness. I sent Trevor to the light in 2008. I told him I didn't want his ghost hanging around me anymore. He went. He came back in 2016 with golden beings of light. They brought him back. He's not allowed. He cannot go to the other side of the moon until he is clean of narcissism. And my dad doesn't have that. My dad's really like Freddie Fender too, but they're not gay. They're beautiful men, soft men that don't harm women. But if he ever breaks your heart, this man will welcome you back. Freddie Fender will welcome you back. If you have one of those out there left. Soft, strong, but love. All under the umbrella of love. Doesn't look in the mirror and say, hey, I love me. I'm going to water me. I'm going to go and pay my bills and have my play. And you don't. I'm not watering you. And so that is why today I accept wholly and unconditionally that my son is staying and he's already here, reborn in his consciousness with his chosen one. I'm not his chosen one. His chosen one was Angela. So it is not my responsibility. And I want every single soul out there to know, at the end of the day, we are all one and not in this group think thing. Everybody is responsible unto themselves to be the Christ flame they were born to be. It doesn't matter how you were born, what circumstances. No, I was born I was born in hell. I was born in hell, and they kept putting me in hell, and I was tortured here. You wouldn't believe how they tortured me here. I only became really aware of it today, when I found out half of them have been taken away. Yeah, I'm not under any threat at all, because I have angels in force. picking people up who are a danger to me, and they were last night. They're not going to get me. They're stupid. They're not right in the head. They're narcissistic, and they only think of themselves. They're not thinking about empathy, and so they don't know how I feel. They don't know how I feel about it all. And so when I did the Google review about how our online groceries have been really, really messed with, and yesterday me not getting my meat or dairy, they're robbing us. And then telling us that can't deliver milk or dairy or meat. But I have my ice cream. I have one little meat pie. But not my cheese, eggs, milk, meat. All gone. A $200 bill with only produce, a couple of cans, and dairy and meat. But I only got $50 back from a $200 bill. These people think they're getting away with something, guys. They think that they can create problems for seniors and families. But what they have created is an image of themselves and their story that's going to act out for an eternity. Because it's going to be a lot harder to create in the dark. I promise. And it's too late. This is your dream. It's too late when you die. This is your dream now. Is it a love story? Or is it a chaos story? Boys and girls, it is impossible to create light in the moon glow. I don't give anybody my energy anymore. I don't reach out to anybody, and all people do is ask me to reach out to them and do things for them. I don't anymore. I need to feel it for me to think you're even plugged into anything. But if I don't feel it, then it's a narcissist who loves his own image, but he needs to feed on me. And yes, he does. But she is in Revelations between now and the sturgeon moon. And she is going to be very aware of everything. You go ahead and murder her or kill her or whatever you want to do, have chaos with her. But you know what, to me, it feels like? It feels like a better idea is to use these 19 days or whatever for the moon and see what you want. Because if she can't see you now, she's going to see you when she crosses over. I promise she's going to see you. Every single bit of you, naked. All of it. All of what you did to women in the name of you being a better image. In one vessel. And so that's what you will be. That's what you will be. Unless you change it. Do you understand? Have I made myself clear? Or are we going to be in the dark for an eternity? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to tell you I let my own son go, father go.